What would you say is the number one reason why people fail?
Lack of brains, lack of effort.
Lack of brains, lack of effort.
Yeah, they don't do the work. They don't learn,
Welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're going to analyze this motivational interview with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban, if you don't know, is a billionaire famous for his TV reality experience by Shark Tank. And without further ado, buckle up.
Let's transition to a different subject with college. You went to IU,
Yep.
right? Now you got a lot of people that say, forget about school,
They're
drop out of
idiots.
school.
They're idiots.
So you think they're idiots?
idiots.
Tell me why.
If you're going to have and run a business, if you don't understand accounting, you're already behind the 8 ball.
Can't you hire a guy that knows how to
But
run
then
accounting?
they still have to communicate to you. Your accountant might tell you you're profitable, but your cash is going down. Not understanding the breakdown. And when you don't,
Do you think you need college to learn that?
yeah, I think you do, right? Because it may not, for some people, look, if you're so self-motivated that you can take an online course in accounting and teach yourself everything, you're way ahead of the game anyways. But most people aren't. I don't care if you go to a community college and take accounting and spend $99 for the class. Just, spending the money forces you to be more obligated to do it. But accounting, finance, lesser extent marketing, sales, if the school offers that, these are all that's the language of business. And so while it's possible to teach yourself these things, and while it's possible to hire them, when you're starting your own company, you don't want to have to spend money hiring an accountant. Well, let me take that. If you've gone through all these classes, you probably don't have to hire a lawyer to incorporate, right? You can probably figure out yourself. And so your cost of opening up a business drops, but even more important than all that, that's the blocking and tackling, that's the language of business. The thing I learned at Indiana that was more important than anything else, I learned how to learn.
So let me tell you something that's regarding my experience, because I learned this in the badly. There is two types of mentality in this world: the athlete mentality and the corporate mentality. For the athlete mentality, this is gold. I love the motivational speech. It's like, always strive to be better, push your limits, go, queen. Be the best you can be. This kind of mentality applies if you're an athlete, an actual athlete, or you're an entrepreneur, or of course, a salespeople, just like this guy. But if you are just an employee, it's bullshit. You need to adopt the mentality of a corporate employee. What do I mean by that? You can use this book for real. It's called The 48 Laws of Power. When you dominate this, when you read this, and when you to explore it, analyze it, let it suit your brain, and apply these strategies to your current life situation as an employee in a corporate world.
If you're not always learning, to this minute, if I'm not continuously learning, if I'm not just absorbing as much as I can absorb, someone else is going to kick my ass, right? So you talk about paranoia. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, and if you're not learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have a thirst for learning and acquiring information, you're SOL.
Do you think there needs to be a healthy level of paranoia?
Oh, absolutely.
There needs to be.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I always say, for every one of my businesses, I said, what would I do to kick my own ass? Right? So whatever business you have, there's somebody trying to put you out of business. There's somebody trying to take a bite out of your business, and it's better for you to figure out how they're going to do it rather than they do it. And so yeah, that's being paranoid. And so you have to be paranoid. You have to anticipate other people's next moves, and you can't ever, downplay the competition.
So let's get technical here. These are the elements of governance structure. As you can see the chart, this is a typical public company in North America. The majority of companies in Canada and in the world, they are not public companies. Public companies are just a small, very small percentage of the companies. In the world, the majority of companies are small ones or medium ones. For those companies, we just need to take the shareholders, aka the owners, and the chief executive officers, aka the top managers, and of course, in the bottom part staff, and the probably supervisors. And what do you believe these people want to do with their lives? Because want to go to work, earn more money, and keep power. And if they see you as a threat because you are doing better things, you are crushing all your assignments, you are improving everything, they are that you. And if you want to keep your job, you need to put your hip down, tolerate this insane bullshit saying that you are a problem, you are being not a teamwork player. They know how to say a lot of lies. And because they have more status, more time, they're gonna crush you up. So never adopt this mentality. The mentality of Outwork, the view best. No. Play with the 48 knows about it.
Whatever industry you pick, if you outwork everybody, if you try to be a little smarter than everybody, if you try to be a better salesperson than everybody, if you try to be better prepared than everybody, you've got your best chance. Because if you don't do it and somebody else does, I have the saying, work like someone's trying to take it all away from you. I actually work like someone's spending 24 hours, working 24 hours to take it all away from you. And that's kind of the way I look at it.
So now we're gonna create the perfect strategy. Remember to use this for job purposes. Never use this with your family, with your two friends, or with your partners. 2 steps first. Love number 29 and 20. You're gonna plan from the beginning to the end, and you're never gonna commit to one single employee.
Protect yourself at all times.
What it means, remember, this job, it's temporary. You're always gonna be applying for new jobs, better wages, better benefits, more independent. And you're never gonna depend on one source of income. We're always trying to create more side gigs or investments. Then when you are in the job, the main one, principal one, you want to use 4 strategies. Law number 11, 20, 30, and 45. You want to create independency on you. You need to be super important in your job. It's not by outworking us, this billionaire says. You want to keep the secrets that you are acquiring over time and never tell everything. When you're training new people, never tell everything. You always keep the most important parts with you. Of course, you need to do this with boldness and effortless. And you always need to push, change, but not that much. Because people are creatures of habits. If you start to change everything, they're gonna hate you, even if you are way better than your boss and your coworkers. But that's the key, because you never, law number 1, you never ever shine the master. As soon as the master or your boss or your superiors believe that you are a shining man, you're gonna feel threat. And they're gonna try to do everything to throw you out of the boss. So by doing that, you need to apply 2 strategies. First, law number 56, and then law number 21. You're never gonna appear to be too perfect. You always gonna reveal 2 of 1 defects on yourself, so people are not gonna perceive you as a threat. And you're always gonna appear that you are less smart than your boss. And this is for the superiors. And now how today with your coworkers. You wanna apply a lot of laws. Law number 2, 4, 3, 14, 43, 32, and 12. Remember, they are not your friends. They are your co-workers. The co-workers are gonna try to suck you up, so never trust them. So always say less. You're never gonna correct them. Never. Because if you do that, you're gonna create resentment. They don't wanna hear the truth. They don't wanna be the best. They don't wanna be there. And they don't want you to be born on there. So apply this to the 4 browsing techniques that I just gave you. Probably you're gonna be finding a corporate war.
I started my first business when I was 12. I was buying and selling baseball cards, buying and selling stamps. Anything I could do to make money, I was hustling and trying to do. So
thank you so much for staying on the end of the video. It's only a reminder. Remember, these billionaires, they are your sales and MLDK people. Please never take their advice too seriously. Remember, you need to survive the corporate world by applying is 48 laws of power. Create your own strategy, to survive. Numerize them. This is more important than trying to be the best. You're always outshining your profession. Do that when you are your own boss or when you are playing sports. And when you finally achieve that, creating a business, please be ethical, be social responsible with the country, with the economy, and of course with the environment. I wish you the best and see you next time.